You.
Mm.
They talking a little bit on there.
Come on now.
They talking a little bit on there. I don't know what's
Come
up
on
with
now.
baby. He going crazy right now.
Baby is
He
spazzing.
he is going crazy. I don't know
He out of
what's.
his motherfucking
I don't
mind.
know who did what to him, but he is going crazy right now. But
He
I'm
ain't
here
like
for
that
it.
shit that niggas was talking before when the pandemic was going on. They ain't like that.
What
They ain't
shit they
like
was
that.
talking?
That he was buying coochie. They ain't like that. Buying coochie, nigga. I'm buying beats. Fuck is you talking about? I'm buying studio time.
Oh my god.
Getting
Nah, see
paid
the
on you niggas.
crazy thing is, I don't think he buying studio time. I think he just pulling up and then
Just did it.
he just go.
He pull
Look,
up with bad intentions to the studio.
that happens sometimes where it just get in you and you just like, hey, I'm sorry you was in my way.
Mm. No, you're right. You're right. You're definitely right.
There we go. That's wrapping up though. We're going to go ahead and kick this off though. Oh, before I intro though, I literally just saw this before we came on here. Was it? I think something with Lil Durk, like his cousin or something got
Older
shot.
brother.
His
D
older
Thang
brother.
got shot. Yep. D Thang got murdered. So rest in peace, D Thang.
He is going through a lot right now. He is going through a lot, and so prayers to Durk. Shout out to him,
Word,
and
prayers.
I hope he is as good as you can be right now. So
I mean, bro, imagine having a #1 album and your older brother get killed. I mean, bittersweet, right? Definition of it.
right, that's just
Seeing the most success he's ever seen and shit like that happen. That shit fucked up, bro. Rest in peace.
yeah, man.
Prayers out to the fam.
Not to start on the somber note though, just wanted to get that out there because I just saw it. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Welcome everybody. Thank you for tuning in today. This podcast is canceled. Episode 26. This is 26, right? Yeah, this is episode 26.
I think so.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is.
Yeah, I hope
I know what I'm talking about. Let me change the name real quick. Nah, but welcome to episode 26. I am Loaded Clips. I'm joined with my co-host Jew. We are here to bring you the vibes and have a good time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, no matter which platform that you are listening on. We are on all the platforms: Spotify, Apple, Google, YouTube, SoundCloud. So whichever platform of choice you feel like listening to us on, go subscribe to us there. All the links are in the description of the video. And follow us on social media at TPIC Official on Instagram and Twitter. And just keep up with us, as we continue to try and entertain you all and bring you,
Do the damn thing.
and, you know,
Hit
and
that button.
talk about the important things, you know.
Yeah, the important shit. Important shit.
Right. This episode is gonna be a little bit different though, a little bit different format. So, as you guys know, recently, Zara is no longer going to be a permanent co-host of this show.
We love you.
Of course, of course, of course. But with that, you know, we figured that it was kind of a time to like maybe reset a little bit, kind of a reintroduction, if you will, just so you guys could kind of get to know us a little bit better, who we are. You know, as we sit in here talking to you guys every single week, you know. So I figured now was a good time. This was actually Drew's idea, actually. That now was a good time to to kind of
IP, huh?
yeah, you know. But a good time to kind of, like I said, just reintroduce so you guys can actually, you know, get familiar with us a little bit as we continue on this journey. So it's gonna be kind of like a little interview session, a little one-on-one as you guys kind of listen in and watch. So I'm gonna be kind of taking a back seat today.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a hand over the reins.
Hey.
And
You
we
might have
gonna
fucked up.
I might have, but fuck it, we here now.
No, just to add, yeah, we just gonna do a little quick little. I figured, okay, so here's my thinking, right? We come in here every week and we talk shit about whatever. This has been started just kind of out the blue from its inception, and I think both of us stand for just having practice in some kind of like interview back and forth kind of environment. I don't think you've ever been like, have you been professionally interviewed before?
Professionally and like outside of a job, no.
No. Yeah, not a job. I'm talking about just like a sit down one on one, like Barbara Walters type. See, so I've never had
No.
that shit either. So, you know, I just think it's cool. You know, I know shit about my nigga Clips, but you can always get to know more. You know, this shit I do want to know. So what we did was, I think you said this episode we're gonna be talking about you. I got some questions for you that I would like for you
Right.
to answer.
Right.
And then next week we'll ask myself some questions.
You're right. So
Or
it's
you'll
it's
ask me.
like a kind of like a 2 week special, if you will.
Yeah. All right. Let's get started with this
And
shit,
salute to
man. 'Cause-
BPK too. What's up?
Yes, my nigga BPK was popping, man. BPK the fortune teller. Anyway, so let's get started. I got a bunch of questions. We just gonna ask this nigga rapid fire shit.
Let's go.
Clips, my man. Where were you on January? No, I'm just playing. This is my opportunity to be Vlad, so I'm taking advantage. No, okay. So let's just start off real simple, bro. Where are you from?
I'm from Houston, Texas. Yeah, I lived here my whole life, mostly. Did some kind of back and forth stints between here and Miami. Because that's where all my family's from. All my family's from Miami. And so
Okay.
I'm familiar with both cities. But I was born and mostly raised in Houston.
Okay. You got siblings, shit like that. You got brothers and sisters.
Yeah, I got a younger brother who just graduated college. Shout out to him.
Hey, lick a shot. Get that nigga a good shot, man. What you doing? What you doing?
Degrees.
Plural?
Well, not yet, but he got
okay.
he got a degree
Hey.
though. So
Hey,
far,
that's better than shit. So hey, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, shout out to Clip's little brother. That's some good shit.
for
so,
sure.
So you have a degree as well, right?
I do, yes,
In what?
in computer science.
Okay, so like, describe like your educational background for people who may not know. Like, all the way. Just start all the way from the beginning. If you got some preschool stories that you want to share
So,
with us, feel free. But I'm just more so. I'm curious, right? Because a lot of times people don't have the opportunity to talk about shit like that unless you're like a college graduate. You're usually not too, you're not too vocal on your education. But I think it's important people know that you're a young brother with your head on your goddamn shoulders. So go ahead, give us a background, bro.
I mean, yeah. To be honest, it really wasn't gonna go no other way growing up in my household because my mom was a teacher. So I, my dad, he was a first generation college graduate. He played baseball in college, so he got to go to college for the first time. And my grandma was also a teacher on my mom's side. So that kind of ran in the family, and so they was like, "Nigga, you going to school?" And I don't really want to hear nothing about it.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. So did you feel pressure? Did you feel pressured to do it, or was it like I'm just gonna do it? Like I don't really care. Because I see you being kind of indifferent. Like I don't see you really.
Well, I never really questioned it until I was actually in it. So like going all through elementary, middle, high school, that was just what I did. So I didn't really sit back and think to alternative routes. It was just like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and then okay, well, next I go to college. Okay, I guess figure out what I want to do there. But I would say like once I got to college is when I kind of started to really, see all viewpoints and really open my eyes to what is actually going on in the world as opposed to what's going on inside my world,
Right.
and be exposed to so many different things. Some could argue that tainted me or that
Right.
took away my innocence or whatever you want to call it. But that's just kind of how it went for me,
So I got a question. When you were graduating high school, did you already know what major you were going into?
I knew what I said I was going to major in. I didn't know if that was what I really wanted to
Did you end up
do.
switching?
Yes.
Okay. So what
It
made
was
you
that-
switch?
So when I graduated, I was initially going to go to school for pharmacy to be a pharmacist.
Hey, gang.
But and that was just because like I was always good at math and science, and
Same.
yeah, and so I was just like, well, I don't want to be a doctor. I don't want to go to school for that long.
Yeah.
I don't want to be no lawyer. I don't want to just go get a business degree of like, what are some good jobs out there that pay a lot? Oh, okay.
Pharmacy.
Pharmacist? All right, whatever. I
Yep.
guess I'll do that.
Yep. That's the same. I've Googled that shit. That's exactly what came up. What's not like a doctor, but kind of doctory?
Yeah, like not quite there, but almost there. So like I could still do it in like 4 or 5 years if I really wanted to.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. They were like, because I asked my
Yeah.
mom, I'm like, a doctor go to school for how long? 8 years, 10 years? Okay, we're not doing
it's
that.
really
So I
long.
was like,
It's really longer than that.
I was like, okay, what's under that? She was like, a pharmacist. They only go to school for like 6. I was like, oh, so more than 4, less than 10. You got me. I'm fucking sold. 12-year-old me is sold.
Oh man, yeah, but nah, that was a thought process. But my freshman year, I think it was organic chemistry I was taking, and the professor I had for that class, super old dude, old dude, and the way he was teaching the class, it was just like I hated that shit.
You said organic chemistry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I don't like that shit.
I hated it. I couldn't stand it. And so I was like, you know what? It's my first year. Let's see what else is out there. Yeah, I'm gonna look around a little bit. And so I ended up switching to computer science. There was a kind of a lot that happened in between me figuring out if I even really wanted to finish school or do something else, just because I was kind of, burnt out, I guess. But settled on computer science and then finished that out, and yeah, that's done.
Were you employed during that shit?
Yes.
Before you were in school?
Yes.
You were? Okay. Yeah, because I wasn't
Ain't
sure.
really
Some
have no
people
other
do
option.
the juggle. Yeah? No, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. You are not wrong. Some niggas, hey, you got to do what you got to do, goddammit. And you can't.
Yeah, man.
And that was one thing about being in college, bro. When they say you a broke college student, they mean that shit. That ain't no fucking joke.
No,
you
it's not.
really be broke, nigga.
It's not.
I remember eating McDonald's probably like 6 days a week. And I'm talking about dollar menu. Every day I would get the same shit, like McChicken, McDouble, large fry. That was it,
Absolutely.
$4 every day.
Absolutely.
Like,
And if I wanted to, they don't do this no more. But the 2-for-1 apple pie, that was my shit.
yeah, they used to do that shit. They don't do that shit no more.
They don't do that shit no more.
Okay.
McDonald's is they didn't switched it up on
Somebody call Ronald.
that. Getting Ronald on the phone.
All right, so my next, speaking of, okay, so like, this is a curious question. So like, did your mom ever do that where like she was like, you got McDonald's money?
Of course she did.
Of course. So tell me about your childhood. What was it like? Was it just, cool? Was you the fucking talk of the town? Was you like the town's best baseball player? Like what was your childhood
Man,
like?
okay, I feel like I'm in therapy now. All right.
Hey, nigga,
But
take a seat.
I'm sitting down. All right. Maybe I should lay down.
Comfortable,
Let me
nigga.
let me lay down.
No, don't lay down. Hey, sit upright, nigga, please.
Oh man, but my childhood, I would say I think I had a pretty good childhood. I don't think it was too much filled with trauma. I mean, my parents divorced, and then we moved kind of back and forth a lot. But I mean, I had a good relationship with my mom, and she raised us. She did the best she could. It was a lot of just growing up and being a kid, older sibling too in school and shit, trying to figure shit out. So there was a lot of tension, back and forth, just in like I want to do my own thing, and
Okay.
she like, nah, you're not gonna do your own thing.
Because I need you to do this.
Yeah, no, you're gonna do this. So yeah, it was a lot of that. But ultimately, like a lot of love in the household. My mom,
Yep.
she utmost respect for her to this day. Just looking back and seeing just the things that she had to go through and had to sacrifice and put up with just to make sure that we was good. They say, I mean, that's kind of cliche how they say like, oh, you don't really appreciate that till you grown and out the house, but you just really get to look at it from a different perspective when when you're in it and you understand how stuff is working, and then you think back and you're like, yo, how was she doing that and doing that and doing that? How was she doing that? But she did it, man. And so
Feel the same way about my mama.
yeah, but yeah,
Moms are fucking
that was
amazing.
it. Absolutely, without question.
They do a lot of shit for us, man.
Yeah, and not
That's
to
why
say,
niggas. Go ahead.
well, I was gonna say, and not to kind of like, cause I don't want to paint it like my dad was like I didn't know my dad or nothing like that. And yeah, we had a pretty good relationship. We just didn't we didn't live in the same city, so I didn't really.
Hard.
Yeah, it was hard. I didn't really talk to him or get to build on that relationship. It was kind of like a separation thing. And so, and then we had our kind of issues, which, it's a whole nother topic, but.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You ain't got to go into detail, brother.
But yeah.
Trust me. So I don't know. I just wanted to kind of get a picture, right? Because, it's crazy to see where you at right now. Because I mean, you have your son, you have your wife. I mean, I'm just curious, man. What's it like? Going kind of shifting gears from like one, the love of one woman in your life. Well, talk to me about your relationship. You ain't, like I said, you ain't gotta go into detail. Like, when did you get married? Like, what kind of? I'm kind of curious, right? Like, did you get married after college, or was that during college? Like, how did that work?
It was right before I graduated that we got married, but we had been together since I was like a senior in high school.
Oh,
So
okay. So also high school sweetheart. That's dope.
yeah. So like, yeah, it was my senior year, and so
Y'all cute. That's cute right there, man. Hey, fucking hit a gunshot or something, man. Black love, man.
is that a gunshot?
on,
I mean, okay, I guess.
Okay, yeah, maybe not a gunshot. We need like a rainbow noise or some
Yeah,
shit.
we'll revisit that sometime and kind of see. But yeah,
That's
man,
my
we
bad.
was
I didn't even think about that.
high school sweethearts, if you will, and yeah, so we was together pretty much throughout my whole college career, and like right before we graduated, that's when I kind of like, cause like I said, I've been working the whole time I was in college, and so leading up to that point, like I was kind of advancing at the job I was at, and making a little bit more money, and so I was kind of getting more or gaining more independence to the point where I could afford my own spot. And so at that point where we reached that, I was just like, you know what, I think it's time to do that, because it's time because we both know we're not going nowhere and we know what we ultimately want from each other. So it's like, you know, it was just
Y'all
time.
niggas been talking about this since math class. So hey, they gotta put the foot. You know what I'm saying? Got to get in motion with it. So I
Yeah,
respect that.
yeah.
That's dope, man. That's dope. What made you say like I'm gonna get married? Like besides like you said, obviously you felt like we're not going anywhere. But like, what made you really say like this is the special person for me, and I'm gonna move forward? You know what I'm saying with the rest of my life with this person. 'Cause that's a big commitment.
It is. But it just like I said, and we had been together for so many years already, and just my experience with her and
Hmm.
knowing the type of person she is, where our values lie, and you know, just having someone I could just be there with, talk to, and have fun with. Like, if I could sit back and
It
say, like, okay, I could do this forever.
it
It's just like,
sounds like y'all are really good friends, right? Like it sounds like y'all are good friends
yeah,
before the relationship. So that's
yep.
why you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to get to like that part of it
Well, yeah,
because, like I
definitely. I
said,
feel like you have to
commitment is
be.
hard.
Yeah, yeah,
So
definitely, definitely.
yeah, I want people to say y'all they got to see the whole spectrum. I don't want niggas to just assume like oh he got married and whatever and
Well,
fucking went to
yeah,
college.
but you know what I
Yeah.
think? I think a lot of people also kind of overcomplicate it, you know,
Yeah.
or overthink the commitment aspect of it,
No,
because
really.
it's like, damn, I ain't trying to be locked down. I'm not trying to do this, that, and the other. And it's just like, well, like, I mean, I guess I see where you're coming from, but y'all been together 10 years,
That's
like,
different.
like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. No,
like
that's not
I'm not understanding, and that's just one example that I hear people
right.
like say. So it's like I personally just never saw it as like being like locked down or like, you know, throwing away my card early, something like
Yeah.
that.
See, I want us to stop that shit, bro, because
Yeah, I don't like that,
everybody is not the same. Everybody is not the same.
and
Okay, so
that's the big part of it right there.
some niggas love, and I mean love, and I say this with all due respect, no misogyny. Niggas love pussy. Some niggas really love having sex with women,
Nah,
different women. They get off on that. Literally, they
yeah,
get off on that.
absolutely,
But some niggas like I don't. Yo, if I'm being a buck, I don't have the energy.
and I don't.
I am only one person. I cannot be spread so thin. Now, hey, call me whatever you want to call me if you Mr. Bitches where y'all at. If you got 10 hoes and whatever, like you know what I mean, whatever. That's you, that's how you live. I respect it, do you. But me, talking about me. First of all, I'm a terrible cheater. I can't lie good. And that's just it's too
You
much
got to keep
time.
up with that shit.
Yeah,
I don't be
bruh.
trying to do all that.
And then niggas, oh well, I just tell all my girls know about each other. How much do they know about each other?
And look, you may got it like that, but like just
Ah,
I don't. That's just not me personally. Like I said,
that's a headache.
if that's you and that's how you choose to live your life, and you know that,
Nigga, that's a headache.
hey, more power to you. I'm not telling you how to live your life. You do what you got to do. You know
Fuck
what
that.
you know. You know what you want out of
Fuck,
life right now. You know it.
fuck that.
It could change, but me personally, knowing how I am, I know that I don't have, like I said, I don't like to spread myself too thin. I am very much introverted. I don't like having unnecessary conversations. So, like, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not. I
Okay,
can't. I
wait,
don't have the energy.
wait. And on this episode of this podcast is canceled. Two niggas in relationships talk about how they don't get no ass.
I
That's all I'm
get.
sitting here.
I
I'm
get.
imagining some nigga sitting here listening like, what is he lame that, bro? What? I got
Hey,
bitches. What?
hey, hey! You got bitches. I can't say nothing to you.
That's what I'm saying.
I got
Yo,
one
do your thing.
ass.
Our job is to talk. All right. The day y'all niggas start a podcast, y'all can talk about all the hoes y'all got.
Yeah,
Me, I'm telling y'all right now, that's just I don't have the patience. I don't have the time.
I
Like all
don't.
that shit.
I
And
don't.
it's out.
I'm 27. I had my little stint in trying to live that life. It was fun for 2 weeks,
Nigga had
and
2 weeks.
and after that, everything was just a headache. And I'm just like, fam,
No.
I don't. First off, I don't care. I don't care about you. I don't care to talk to you or act like I'm interested in anything that you're saying to me. So
Y'all
like,
see how long my hair is, right? Every curl in my head is from a different terrible experience with a woman that I've had trying to be a gigolo. Every one of these curls. You see how that shit be bouncing? Look at that shit. That's all the
What is
problems I
this
done had
nigga? What
fucking
is this
around with
nigga
these.
talking about?
All right. All right, so let's get back on track a little bit. All right, let's get back to the questions because we just started talking about niggas with bitches and now I feel bad. But we are gonna go ahead and talk about this. So you said you went to college for some computer shit, and I know this, and I know this about you. But people at home might not. Obviously, you do videos and everything like that. But talk about how you like started to get into tech because I know you real techie. You like you. I think you built your computer.
I did.
So talk to me about where your love for computers and things like that, where that shit came from. Because I'm kind of curious.
Um, I think it was honestly, it was just kind of something that I naturally kind of grew to enjoy. So like growing up, like in my early single digit years, being around my dad and stuff. My dad was kind of getting into computers while I was coming up. But that really didn't start until I was probably maybe like in my 11, 12, 13-year-old years. Because it started with like video games and shit like that. I got like a Nintendo when I was like 3 or 4. But like
Changes your whole shit.
it does, but I think what kind of jump started it was like all the toys and shit that my parents would give me, or my mom would give me. Like I would destroy them. Like I would intentionally like take them apart and like look at the internals and shit like that, just like, and then try and put it back together. And sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But
Right.
and that's why I fuck with my mom too, because she could have beat my ass for just taking apart all the toys and shit. But she just let me do it because she knew I wasn't like just trying to throw money away. Like I was just like, I want to see how this shit work. I want to see it.
He was a curious kid.
Yeah, I would take like the parts and shit from some of the race cars and try and do other shit with them. And so
Oh wow.
and so it was just kind of something that I just like, I don't know, it was just kind of natural for me. And so getting older, and like in video games and stuff like that, I got into, just technology as a whole and computers and stuff like that. And so it kind of just grew from there, I would say.
Okay. Okay. So like basically you was reverse engineering your fucking toys as a toddler, and you're really like a fucking kid baby genius or some shit, and nobody knows. All right. Cool.
I don't know about all that, but I tried.
No.
I tried some shit.
No. Okay. So like okay. So that's dope. So like when you started to get into technology, how did that evolve into like the YouTube? Like how did you go from just saying like, yo, I like computers, I like the internet, I like the culture of the internet, to like now I want to be a part of it and I'm gonna start this thing and who gives a fuck if people watch it, who don't, like, you know what I mean? Like you just were like, fuck it, I'm gonna start this thing because whatever. What talk about that?
Well, I mean, it's something I've been doing just myself for as long as I can remember. Like, if we want to put it on games, like I've been playing games my whole life, like video
Right.
games and shit. So watching like YouTube videos and shit, like or streams of people playing games, or like
Comes with the territory.
yeah, it comes with the territory. Also,
Especially at our age.
yeah, definitely. But I love one thing that kind of grew as I got like into my more adult years, because I've always had a love for like movies. Like I love watching movies, but kind of having those two collide was
Yeah.
like more so an appreciation for like creating content. Like not necessarily a full blown movie production, but just like even like a
But
2 minute, a 2 minute video on YouTube
Yeah.
where you can shoot this angle, you can shoot this, or just like it could be just like a random funny video, right? But just the art of filming it, putting it together, and putting it out. That is
Yo.
something that I kind of just grew to love more and more as I got older.
You ever realize that like even those meme clips or like viral clips of like people doing accidental shit and like you're saying there's an art to that.
Absolutely.
Yo, like when a couple weeks ago, I was just out. This is just complete. This is a related tangent that I can completely identify with because we were having a pool party, a family pool party, for my mother's graduation party a couple weeks ago when she graduated from college. Shout out to mom. Hey, mom.
Shout out Mama Jew.
Uh, um, we were having a pool party and niggas was wild. We was all cutting up in the pool,
Of course.
basically. And so, there were I didn't get in the pool right away, so I was walking around with my phone, and it just so happens like I started to kind of get this vibe like something about to happen. So I start recording, and I caught some funny ass shit on camera, but like that kind of feeling. It's like an instinct. You don't really nobody teaches you that. It's like you saying like it's like this urge to just want to be a part of that kind of that culture that like, oh, if I get something funny on camera, like that's a moment that's gonna live forever. XYZ, like
Yeah.
you said, being a fan of film, it's all of these different creative things all coming together in this weird fucking stew
Yeah.
that is content. Because like you said,
Definitely.
it's everything from gaming to silly videos to fucking cats. It's everything. So
Yeah.
that's dope. I never really thought about how you just kind of said, I like movies, I like games, so let's put them together. I identify with that personally. We'll probably get to that next week, but I definitely think that that's a thing with like dudes our age. There's a lot of niggas that I meet in terms of like gamers. They all have like the same story. Like, oh, I grew up, I played in 64, and then like I fucking grew older. I was playing Call of Duty, and then I started watching videos, and then I was like, man, like I could do that too. And then, like it's always very, what I mean? It's very succinct. Like it's always very similar in that sense.
Yeah, that is it's very common, and I think it's just kind of the weird time in which we were born. That
We were
kind of
born in that like golden
yeah,
era. We didn't have phones, and then we have phones. Yeah, that's I say that all the time. I'm so grateful for the year that I was born. 95 is a hell of a year to be born because you're at the cusp of Y2K where technology literally blossomed and everything has been exponential since. So
yeah,
it's
like
weird.
crazy.
It's like being born during the Great Depression. Like, what are the chances of you being a part of
Right.
such a historical, or like, what I mean, in terms of our concept of Earth and all of that shit, history and everything? It's significant.
No, it's very
So
significant. Like, you think of all the shit that's just happened in your lifetime.
yeah, Trump,
Like, it's
fucking nuts. We went from a black dude to Trump. What the fuck? Yeah, this is crazy. This is great. I wake up every day and say shit's crazy. Anything can happen. I wake up like that now. Niggas get shot at
oh
fucking
my
movie
god.
theaters. Niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just crazy shit. Like
Yeah.
every day, it's always something. It's always
It
something.
is
But
always
anyway,
something. It is always something. Quite literally. That's that
so
went left, but
no, it did. It went way left. But my bad. Let me bring it back. Let me be professional and bring it back. So, with all of that being said, when did you start your YouTube channel? What year? Do you know?
this I've had multiple YouTube channels.
Really?
But this
So there's burners out there.
I don't
Oh,
know if they're
Luca, go
yeah,
find
yeah,
them shits.
they're out there. But this channel I started in 2018.
Gotta be like 16 or 17, right?
No, was it? I started it in 20. Yeah, it was probably like 2018, probably
I think
like
that's when I started
mid
watching videos.
2018,
I think that's
somewhere
when I
around
started
there.
watching.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was somewhere like that. So probably like almost 3 years ago that I started this channel.
Okay, so like, here's a random thing because I really don't know how to look at this. I've never had experience in this. What the fuck? So like, you started uploading the comps and shit, right? So like, what happened when they started to get like real attention in terms of like major view counts? Because some of these videos, bro. I'll be honest. It shocks me that I know you and you have mad views on some of this shit. It's shocking. You have two. Yo. Let me just be clear. A year ago, you put out the top 50 moments of 2019, right? The first part, because I think Zay did part two.
Yeah, we did
That shit's
the
sitting
video
at
split.
280. That's sitting at 280,000. That's not light. You feel me? So like so it looks like from just kind of scrolling and looking at, it looks like the past year has been when most of the successes came in terms of the YouTube channel itself. So what happened to like what you know what I'm saying? Like what happened when it first started really taking off? Like what were you thinking? What was going on? Like what did you think of it? How did it affect your mental? Like what like all of that stuff. Talk to me, bro.
To be honest, it didn't really at that moment when I started to see it. Like it didn't. I wouldn't say it really affected me too much because
No?
because I more so like the compilations that I did those just out of just wanting to do that and wanting to have that out there and
Like a hobby.
yeah, like have it out there and just as a fan, like have it out there and have other people enjoy it and like get it from my perspective, like understanding like, oh, I thought that was funny, or I wonder if
Yeah.
people saw this the same way I did.
Yeah.
Let me clip that,
No,
put it
that
out there.
ass.
Yeah,
That ass.
shit
I
like
fuck
that.
with that.
So it didn't really affect me in that aspect, but one thing I will say is that I've always kind of had a goal of having I want my own platform, like I wanted to have a platform. So I didn't seek to do anything specific with the compilation videos themselves. No, I did, obviously we had the whole link up with Ian and the Joe Budden podcast. So we had a couple collaborations there. But aside from that, nothing nothing like they didn't cut me no $10,000 check from YouTube or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like it wasn't really nothing that crazy for me at the moment, but it was just more so of a feeling of like, okay, I want to keep this going. But I also want to grow. I want to expand it. I don't want it to just be this. I want it to introduce other things. Like I wanted it to be more personable, than just that compilation videos. And so that's why I started inserting more stuff on there. We did the battle, that was kind of the whole
I was about to
introduction
say I
for
could feel
that
it.
to me.
I could feel it. Even in your content, I felt like it was getting to a point where every single video people were just telling you what to do. And I just now granted, I know
Yes.
you don't really pay attention to shit like that, but because you were always gonna put out whatever compilation, and that's what I really enjoyed, right? Being just as a fan, right? I'm talking to you now as just a nigga that was watching these videos in 2018, 2019, and just enjoy watching you,
Right.
like you said, build a platform. Um, every single video was niggas telling you, yo, fucking, you got to do a that's crazy comp. You got to do a fucking this and that. Because I think what people realized was you did have what you set out to do, which was have people connect with you and see your own vision in terms of how you view the pod or the jokes and things like that. And I think that's why so many people gravitated towards it. So now the people in the comments feel like we're your homies. Like, hey, bro, nah. Let me tell you, bro. Let me put you on game. This is what I peep, and I know we here with it. So you need to do this one because I'm telling you.
A
But
lot of that.
a lot of that. I think I've even thrown some jobs. Like, hey, nigga, you need to do what but, but that's just because we feel like we know you. Because, like you said, you set out to make it a little bit more personable. And I think not only me, but I think I speak for a bunch of your fans that, in terms of, the content that you put out, and say thank you for that because, staying true to yourself is a part of what makes you're the kind of creator that you are. It makes your relevance to this culture that we've built in terms of podcasting and the Joe Budden sphere and the hip hop sphere and the cultural sphere. It's important. You know what I'm saying? We don't see a lot of young black kids do this. You know what I'm saying? And that's a part of the reason why I fuck with this so much and I like being a part of this so much. And that's a big part of the reason why I wanted to interview you. I think people need to hear you say, where you came from. If I wouldn't know that you have so much reverence for your mother if you didn't come on here and say that. If I didn't ask you, or if somebody didn't ask you and give you the opportunity to speak on that shit, bro. Because what the fuck? What else should you do on your own platform besides get to know people that you make content for? So that's salute, bro. Just salute. All of that shit to say salute. Niggas know
I
I'm long-winded,
appreciate
whatever.
that. I appreciate all of that. So, and
So-
you're right.
If you want to rebuttal to that, go ahead, because I gotta gather how I'm about to transition. So
No
I mean,
rebuttal. It was just more of a just appreciation. Like, I appreciate that perspective of it just from the outside looking in. Because
you never thought that shit, did you?
not really, no. I didn't. I never really stopped to even try to think of it that way. I just it kind of was just something that, like I said, I try not to be too affected by it in the moment because it was just something that, one, I enjoy doing, and two, like okay, what's next? Like, what's next? How do I?
That's,
How can I?
that's
How can I?
fucking
How
important.
can I? How can I shift this to?
That's hard.
It's very hard. It's very hard.
No, that's hard.
It's
That's
very, very hard.
double entendre, nigga. It's difficult, but it's hard. Like
And
that's like cold
and
blooded. Like, that's
it's
hard.
because it's so delicate. Once you get a little bit and it's there, it's so delicate to maintain that and grow it further. And like you really got to tread lightly. So that's why it was just something that I'm trying to figure out, like how to incorporate like my creative vision into the channel while still maintaining what blew it up here in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very hard.
Trying to keep the plane steady.
Yeah.
Plane steady.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's wow. Because I think once again I think we'll talk about this. Yeah, focus. All right. So I think we'll talk about this again like next week when we talk about. I'm sure you'll ask me something about music, but that's how I felt when people started listening to my shit, and that I really, you know what I'm saying, like I didn't really know that. I didn't really know like that, and they started telling me like, nah, like that shit was hard, and when you said this, I was like, ooh, and it made me think about this. I had a nigga tell me that he listened to my song and then texted his mama, and I was like, yo, that's beautiful. I was like, yeah, that's hard, like yeah, that's what I made this for. Text her, tell her you love her. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Fuck. But that's dope, bro. I'm happy that have you because this is what blows my mind, right? You a nigga like me where we were working and we would listen to the pod, at work or whatever while we were doing shit. Do you ever watch your own shit while you was at work? Like your comps and shit?
Sometimes. Yeah.
Cause I was about to say, I know for me personally, that shit helped me get through mad shifts. And I
Yeah.
know you're probably appreciative of the Joe Budden podcast in that same way, right?
Absolutely.
So
Without
just
question.
imagine what blows my mind is that now you have people that feel that way about you, and you still feel that way about other people. And it humanizes everybody. You feel me? Because I'm sure that there's
Yeah.
people that have millions of views and millions of subscribers and millions of fans, they feel that way too. They're still people at the end of the day. You can't,
Yeah.
you can respect people and have reverence. You don't have to, whatever, go above and beyond. But I just think it's important again to kind of keep everything into a certain perspective when it comes to really building a brand. Doing what you love, what you where you come from, how that shit affects where you're going, shit like that. So I think that's mad dope. So like, what changed? So like, obviously they saw the numbers, like Ian and them, they saw the numbers and shit that you was doing. And they reached out to you and Zay, I would imagine, at the same time or around the same time. I don't know about all of that shit. I really don't care. But I do want to know what that relationship was like. Obviously, if there's contracts and shit, I'm not asking all of that. I'm just asking, was there an open line of communication, or was it like, I don't know, like y'all were just kind of hired to do specific jobs? Because I don't think a lot of people understand how close y'all are, because even when you dropped that video a couple weeks ago, people were like, damn, like with the training day, people were like, damn, like you ain't have to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I got a lot of that.
so
I thought that was weird.
Can you please clear up the relationship that you have with them over there? And we don't have to, you don't have to disclose anything, obviously numbers, anything like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, let me say this. I've never talked to Joe. I've never talked to him directly, so I've never had any type of conversation with him. Because like you said, I got a lot of comments like that when I did that video, and then like a couple videos after that too. And I was like, I mean, okay, I guess if that's your perspective.
Like, I'm a fan too, guys.
Yeah, yeah, like,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's just jokes at the end of the day. So it's like, okay, whatever. But like, yeah, so me and Ian though we have had conversations, and I like Ian. Like, I don't think Ian's a bad guy. I think he's a good dude, solid dude. Like, I think I've said on here before, like we've had a couple conversations. He's called to just like, just check on me, here and there from time to time. But yeah, he gave me his number. Also, he kind of put us in like a group chat with Erickson and Savon to kind of like, just like bounce shit off of. And it wasn't really nothing like super advanced. Like, there was no contracts and or nothing like that. It was just more so like
kicking it.
Yeah, it was like, hey, we see you, you're doing these videos, and we would like to, have that on the Joe Budden channel. So it was like, it was more so like, hey, you're already doing what you're doing. Just keep doing that, and we'll put it here. So
yeah, got it.
Yeah, and that's really all it was, So it was like, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep making videos anyway. So I did that, and then they put them up on the channel too as well. So yeah,
that's dope. Do you regret that?
Do I regret putting videos
Any
on
of that? Any of that?
No.
Do you regret having just kind of going with the flow, not really maybe asking more questions or anything like that? You don't regret any of that?
Not in this situation, no.
Good, because I feel like people are gonna feel like, oh, well, he should have fucking signed a contract and asked for fucking.
Yeah, I'm not.
I want you to be able to clearly state why you did what you did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want people to be very clear.
Yeah, because it was like
your association.
I wasn't. That wasn't my end goal there, right? Like, it was really dope. Like, I would have loved to work with them in some type of capacity, like in a different way. Yeah. And whether it did or didn't, it is what it is. But for the compilation videos, it's like that was never something I saw as like a long-term like employment type of gig, right? So it's like, I don't. Yeah, and plus it was more so like I just kind of felt right to have there, because people watch the compilations, and then they would put out their on the Joe Budden channel, they would put out their clips, and then they would even do like a best of 2 episodes, and then you would see everybody in the comments like, man, you need to put get Clips and Zay to just do these and then do them, and so it just kind of felt
did you guys bring that up to them? Like,
no, I didn't.
Y'all saying like, y'all see the comments, nigga, like, we hot.
Nah, I mean,
that's what y'all, man, bro. Nigga, see, this is why God gave y'all that choice, that option, because I'd have been in that text crazy. Y'all, Erickson, what would you Trap Symphony?
This nigga,
250.
I didn't have to do that though. I didn't, because it was like it spoke for itself. So it was like,
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it was like, y'all see what it is, and like I said, it just felt right, because that's what the majority of people wanted, and so it was kind of just dope to implement that at that time. So no, I don't. Sidebar. But yeah, that's a long way of saying no, I don't regret it.
Sidebar, what's dope about that? You live forever on Joe Budden's fucking YouTube channel, as long as he chooses to keep all that shit on there, of course. But
that's true.
But like, you're immortalized on a famous rapper's fucking YouTube.
Yeah.
Who had a very successful podcast. Still has a very successful podcast.
Right. And then I'll say, this is the last thing I'll say about this, and then we can finish your question. But I just kind of want to say this, 'cause I feel like it was important that, going back to how you were saying people was commenting on the videos when I did the training day one, like, damn, you did this. And then I did the videos after that. We did our pod reacting to the whole breakup thing. And then I did my video alone, like addressing some of the stuff and how I felt about it.
Good video.
Yeah, and like I said, one thing about me is, like, when I'm putting something out, I'm putting it out for what it is, right? Like, I put it out because I see the art in it. I see the value or the comedy in certain situations, and I want to kind of emphasize on it. It's never like oh shit, let me attack this person and bring him down, or I'm turning on him, blah 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 blah. Like, it's not that. It is what it is, and it's out there. And you know, I feel like that's just something that I should be able to do. And I still feel how I feel about what we talked about on the podcast, what I talked about in my video. But does that mean that I hate Joe Budden, or I'm no longer like, I hate everything he does, I hope he fails and everything like that? No, I think that's stupid. No. Like,
two things can be true at the
same time.
It's
like I can feel disappointment, and I can still, you know, say, hey, look, I hope it works out. And at some point in the future, like I said, that's why I don't regret that, because it's like, hey, if at some point I wanted to reach out to Ian with something I had that I felt like could be of value, then I could do that.
You have that line.
Yeah, not like saying like I said, I can't see the future. I don't know what it may be, but if I wanted to, I could try and reach out and then exercise that. So, yeah. Hey, Zara.
Yeah, love you, Zara. Hi. We miss you. Okay, so to wrap up, this whole little interview has been great getting to know you, brother, because I feel like we've been friends for like a year, and I've known you. You know, we've had a lot of conversations and shit like that. But coming off of Joe Budden talk, let's talk about music, man. So, first and foremost, I want to know, is there any other genres other than hip hop that you're into? Because I know you like rap. But is there anything else out there that you listen to or have listened to?
A little bit of everything, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I can appreciate a lot of different type of music, like alternative rock, R&B probably would be my next heaviest one, aside from just hip hop.
That I know.
Yeah.
You an emotional orange, nigga.
I am an emotional orange.
I know you is, nigga.
But it's funny because today I was listening to my music, like tastes are like so all over the place. It's kind of funny, but I like a lot of different type of shit. I don't know if what were you about to ask me? Were you about to ask me something about Joe Budden music?
No, just that was a segue, nigga.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
This is the music segment. I want to, because I know one thing too, like, a part of our friendship, at least, that I recognize is that we both listen to similar music, and, you know, over the year or so, you know, we've had a lot of debates and shit, a lot of friendly debates and shit in the Discord and things like that. So I just wanted to know more about, you know, your music history and shit like that.
Okay.
So
it's one funny thing about that, right? When I say my music tastes are all over the place, I was driving to pick up my son today. And on the way there, I had Benny the Butcher's playing "Burden of Proof," and
that's that shit hard.
That shit is super hard. So I was listening to that, and then when I picked my son up, I was like, randomly out of fucking nowhere, my mind. This is how my mind works. I was like, I started singing "Bleed It Out" by Linkin Park in my head. Like, I was just singing it in my head while Benny the Butcher is playing. And I was like, oh, shit, let me throw that on. And I was like,
that would be a hard mashup.
It would, wouldn't it, though? Wouldn't it?
That would be a hard fucking Linkin Park and Benny. That would be like fucking the numb shit, the encore. Yo, can I get an encore? Do you want more? Bro, imagine if they did that shit Buffalo version, though, not Brooklyn. You gotta do it. Come on, fam. We was in Lincoln Park moving bricks.
Oh, okay, no, don't give him too much. Don't give him too much. Don't give him too much.
Phone. Done.
Oh my God.
Conway, you know what I'm saying? Hit my phone.
This guy
right on the plane to Buffalo.
He's on a roll.
Okay, so who are your favorite rappers? Hip hop is your favorite, right? Let me just be clear. Hip hop your favorite? You a rap nigga or you a R&B nigga?
I think it changes. I think right now at this point in my in life, I think R&B is probably my favorite. Until I hear the right hip hop shit, and then hip hop will probably be my favorite.
You getting mature?
Maybe, but it's like, but I think it's just kind of like generationally, or like like different just eras kind of transitioning. Like, I think we went through an era in hip hop that I just didn't really fuck with, and I
Fuck with.
kind of and we're kind of transitioning right now too, and it's a lot of new shit that I do fuck with now, but it's just I have to like take the time to
back
like
into it.
dive in and really familiarize myself with that again. So that's why I say I probably cling more to R&B right now.
Okay, so since you're an R&B guy right at this moment, give me your 3 favorite R&B people, and then give me 3 hip hop people.
Ooh, okay,
Your
R&B
favorites of all time. So
of
this
all
could
time.
be,
Okay, well,
yeah, just give me your 3 favorites. Throw out them names, nigga, because I know you got a few.
damn. Shit. Snow Allegra. Um,
Her voice is
it's fucking, it's perfection. It's perfection.
there.
It's
It's
there's
up
no
there.
other way to describe it. It's perfection.
yeah, she can sing mad good.
Yeah, and it's not even about like just like she can sing the best. It's just
Her
the
music.
way she sings her music is just like it could not be any more perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, Snow Allegra. I guess I would have to throw Chris Brown in there just because of like how much different Chris Brown shit I've listened to throughout my whole life. And I'm gonna just throw a name like 'cause it's a lot of names. I'm gonna just throw Neo in there.
Really?
But yeah, but like I feel like we're getting into
So-
like ranking right now, and I'm getting kind
No,
of
no, 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 no.
overwhelmed. It's a
No,
lot of shit
no,
going
no,
on. I'm just
Here's
fucking
what I
with
want you to. Here's what I want you to tell me. I want you to tell me when you open up your fucking Apple Music and you're like, I want to listen to R&B. Who are the 3 people that you go to? Who are your go-tos?
Okay, so let's see. Okay, now I get you saying that. Snow Allegra, Black, and Ari Lennox.
There you go. That's what I'm asking. Okay.
Okay.
So who are the 3 rappers that you go to?
I guess I would say Drake, Lil
You'll
Wayne.
say Mac Miller.
I was about to say Mac Miller actually. Yes.
I know you were. I know you a little bit, nigga. We've been cool for a little bit. So you said Drake, Mac, and who was the first one?
Wayne sometimes.
Wayne. That was that one.
But it really depends. Sometimes like that's why I say hip hop kind of it goes in and out for me because that can really change like a lot. I would say Drake is pretty consistent right there. Mac Miller is definitely consistent, but like once you get to that third spot, it's like you get a lot of people come in and out just right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I feel that. That's how I feel when I get to 5 on that list. It's like
Yeah.
there's a few that I listen to because my shit is different. So I have favorites, and then because I listen to 2 different types of hip hop. Like once again, we'll talk about this next week. But I like 2 different types of hip hop. So it's hard for me to pick 3 because they're so different and they all
Yeah.
satisfy different shit for me. But
Absolutely.
this is so okay. I just laughed because the last question I'm gonna ask you is funny.
Oh god.
So I just kind of want to know, like, because you're a music guy, right? Like you've listened to, you've done some research, you've listened to old shit, you've listened to Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
I got a whole stack of vinyls over here that I got to go through of old shit right now.
Excellent, excellent. I knew this already. I did my research. I am Nardwar.
Now I'm not a historian, but
Okay, so what I was gonna ask you though is why, like, what makes you delve so deep? Where did your love for music come from? Like, what makes you appreciate music? What do you like about it so much?
just how people are able to so successfully put their emotions is the right word, into music format and have it affect somebody. Like taking an experience and materializing that to where that somebody else can really feel and be impacted by what you're saying, and just the different ways that people can do that. Like you can write the best lyrical song that somebody can like hear, and you like it for different reasons. You like, damn, I like this song because I like the way he's flipping these words right here, that sounds really dope. Or damn, I like this song because I feel like I'm right here, like I feel like this person is talking to me or talking about my life right now. And just being able to connect it in so many different types of ways is what makes me really appreciate music, and just kind of how it can like affect your mood. And so that's what makes it interesting for me. It makes me want to keep going back to it.
It's the hunt, right? It's the feeling like it's dope, right? Because people who actually go back and listen to music, and I'm not sitting here like you said, not a historian per se, because there are people who fucking pride themselves on how much Kumo D they know, and that's not me.
Yeah, that's not me.
But you go back and listen to like Jazzo and Jay-Z when they first started, or you go back and you listen to fucking Big L freestyle, or you go back and you listen to Queen Latifah rap back in her days. Jers, what up?
You're not fucking slick.
Jers, huh? I'll be back soon, huh? I'll touch back down.
No one knows why I'm laughing. That's why it's funny.
Jersey, huh? Jersey in the building. What up?
Oh my god.
Brick City, all that. No, okay. So anyway, because no, for real. So there's different reasons and different bags people can get into and go back and research or whatever. But it's interesting to me, right? Because some people don't do that. Some people listen to radio records their whole life. Some people listen to fucking country radio. Some people listen to, alternative rock their whole life, screamo music, XYZ. It goes on and on and on. But the reasons why people will go back and listen to like Nirvana, or they'll go back and listen to AC/DC, it's usually like it's tied up in something, right? Nostalgic, it's emotional, something like that. So like I just like to ask people, see, what makes them feel so inclined to go back in time, because
it's definitely a degree of nostalgia for sure. When you just going back in time specifically, I don't even know if I could really put it into words, but like it's just a certain appreciation I have for different eras before me. And so that's why I do that from time to time. I got a long fucking way to go.
Right, same.
But
you can find something new every day.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's really like I was going through like old shit like at my mom's crib and stuff, and then just finding some stuff to kind of go through. That's why I got these whole fucking stack of shit that I want to kind of go through and just really like sit down and experience. So yeah, it's just different, and I feel the same way kind of like about movies too. So that's kind of it's a similar feeling with me.
Dead ass. I'm the same exact way, because I think it's just, I think it speaks a lot about the time, right? Music is always very reflective of a person and what they're going through, but it's also reflective of an era. So like you said, there was an era of hip hop that you ain't really fuck with. Why? Because of the content, what they were talking about, what they were expressing,
right?
The people themselves, how they were, what I'm saying? Like, and you can lump them together in a certain way, because you could go back and say like, the Janis Joplins, the Jimi Hendrix, the Woodstock era. You know what I'm talking about when I bring that up. And that's kind of why, you get a sense of that era. It was fucking Woodstock, bro. Like, versus early 2000s New York. You put yourself in like that mode where you're listening to Clue tapes and the Locks and fucking Joe and whoever else, Fab, and all of these East Coast niggas that are hungry. It puts you on the fucking corner selling dope, like mentally, like you can. Yeah. It's an era. It's a voice. It's like you said. It speaks to what people go through, and it puts their emotions or their selves. It puts them out there. So yeah, I think that's dope. And now, to summarize this beautiful fucking interview, rank Joe Budden all time in the greatest of all time rappers list.
Okay.
I'm gonna start some beef before we leave.
Oh my god.
Hey, Savon, if you see this shit, fucking, you know what to do. Erickson, whoever, Ian, one of y'all niggas. If y'all see this, y'all know what to do with it. Go ahead. Yeah. Well, here, wait. Let me get the clip right. So Loaded Clips, where do you rank Joe Budden on the all-time greatest rappers list?
Well, that's a tough one. I'd actually, all bullshit aside, I do actually rank him pretty high, just based on what.
You hear that, Ian?
Just thinking. All right, top 200, probably top 200. Definitely top 200.
I'm not asking your personal list.
I understand what you're saying. You're saying
it's mad rappers.
It's mad.
You're saying 200.
No, I'm fucking around. But
And I'm definitely just giving Joe grief right now because he gonna see that shit and be like, "Fuck is this nigga talking about?"
I
Light
think
skinned fucking Rick Fox. He gonna start talking shit like old niggas. He gonna start talking shit.
this guy. Oh my god. No, I think I truly like I would have to sit and down and really think about this, but I could probably comfortably say top 30 or 20 in
Really?
terms of just like overall rappers.
Yeah.
I would probably settle somewhere in that range. I think particularly he's really skilled at putting you in a place mentally and really kind of
Emotionally.
like feeling that feeling. Like he's like painting with words almost. He's very good at that. So
I'll put Joe top 50 for sure.
yeah. Probably like
Joe top
somewhere in that range. Like I said, it's mad rappers that you can kind of play with and move around and stuff like
Mad
that.
different
So,
styles, groups.
yeah,
All of that shit. That's not really what I'm
and it's-
talking about.
yeah,
Just give me
yeah,
a top. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I got you. But I'll probably fall somewhere in that range.
30 to 50.
Yeah, that could be a little biased talking too, just based on like the music I was listening to. But whatever.
Well, I mean, yeah, right. Because I would, I listened to a lot of Earl Sweatshirt early. So like for me, I'd say he's one of the greatest lyricists of all time to me. But I know a lot of people they're not gonna say that because.
Yeah. But how
popularity,
can you
but
listen to everybody and really get into that conversation? You know?
That's a music thing though, right? That's
Yeah.
what makes people like us. This is part of the reason why I like to talk about shit like this. That's what we do. We sit there and we say to ourselves, "Now I've heard what he said on this, but did you hear what Duke said on this?" I don't know.
Yeah, you
It
can.
sounded better.
You
to
can
me.
go back and forth all day about shit like this. So it's just like, it's just like. But that's the beauty of it too. Like it's the beauty of it. Like you can really just go back and forth, and people experience stuff so differently that you can have that debate, that conversation.
Greatest MC of all time is that boy Jew Graham. Simple.
That boy
I
Jew
can tell-
Graham.
That boy. And with that, that's all I have for you, bro. So, um,
Wait, that
is
went
there
really
anything you
well.
wanted to put
I
in?
like that.
is there anything you'd like to throw in at the end of our beautiful podcast where I wrap us all up with this beautiful interview special, our beautiful loaded clip segment?
Nah, man, I feel fulfilled. I feel like
good?
I feel like this was a beautiful episode. I feel like I like this. I like this.
It's smooth, right?
Yeah, I can't wait for next week.
Oh, here we go.
Nah,
I don't like.
nah,
I don't know if you're gonna do the same thing or if you're gonna throw curb. See, this is gonna be some other shit. So hey,
all
fucking-
positivity, all positivity.
uh-huh.
All right,
we
go
go.
ahead, take us home.
Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. This has been episode 26 of This Podcast is Canceled. I am Jew. That's my boy Loaded Clips. Leave a thumbs up on the video on YouTube if you're listening on YouTube. If you're on, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, I believe, SoundCloud, any of these things. Well, I don't know about SoundCloud, but
We're on SoundCloud.
we're on SoundCloud.
Yes,
Oh
we are.
shit! See, I did not know this. Go ahead and leave a positive review or thumbs that shit up, like it, leave a comment, let us know how you feel, good or bad or indifferent. Support us if you would like. The Cash App is $Garrett407. That's $Garrett with 2 R's and 2 T's, and the number's 407. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at TPIC Official. Join the Discord.
Sir.
The link is in the bio on YouTube or wherever the fuck that's at. Yeah, man. Thank y'all for vibing out with us. Thank y'all for listening and going on the journey with us through, Loaded Clips' life. Next week we're gonna be doing a deep dive on Jew, which should be interesting because I do not have 250,000 views on any of my videos. So I'm sure that'll be a great fucking conversation.
It will
no,
be.
but for
It
real
will
though.
be.
For real though. Yeah, man. We'll fuck with y'all next week. Same time, same place. You know what I'm saying? God bless everybody. Jers, what up?
This nigga. All right, we'll see y'all next
we
week.
Out. We out, y'all. God bless, man.